you hear scientists talk about like global warming is gonna happen and stuff like that, and you don't believe it at first until you actually see something of it. We live on an island. We see it every day. People who live off the island, they only see a portion of it. They don't get to see the full picture. I'm just worried for my generation coming up and how we're gonna make it through it, how we're gonna survive.
Sunshine, palm trees, bikinis. They say that islanders have salt water in our veins. So we're a breed amongst ourselves, you know.
Well, when I was growing up, this was home. It was public housing, you know. Everybody knew everybody.
Galveston, it is wonderful. It's crazy at times, but it's just wonderful. I love being around Galveston. I love Galvestonians.
What could be better than living on an island? Galveston is 37 miles all the way around. At its widest point is 4 miles. We are the piece of land that actually stops a hurricane from being massive at the oil refineries just on the other side of Galveston Bay.
Yeah, I haven't been to this place since Ike hit, so it brings back a lot of memories, you know. Like I said earlier, it's kind of like an eerie feeling because we rode it out in this place and, yeah.
Preparation for Hurricane Ike has stepped up in intensity. People in Galveston, Texas are boarding up for the storm. The city has issued a mandatory evacuation for all 58,000 people. Waves are already splashing the seawall, and the hurricane promises to bring water levels even higher.
Hurricane Ike hit Galveston Island in 2008, and it hit Galveston as a Category 3 hurricane. The year before Ike, there was another storm called Rita. It was supposed to hit Galveston Island. They called for an evacuation of the island. Rita didn't hit Galveston. This gave people the idea that I ain't running from no storm. So when Ike came along, a lot of people said, I ain't going nowhere.
We ran to the beach because, you know, we stayed right behind the beach, and we ran to the beach, and we were standing and the waves were just going freaking everywhere.
That's way before the storm even came.
That was like 2 days before the storm came.
You've seen the
if you saw that, like, I've never seen the seawall with the water level
swelling like that. We were just sitting on the porch, you know. The sun was shining, and we were just sitting on the porch long enough until it was unbearable to sit there. The door had a blind over it, like these blinds down here, and when I opened it, the wind just took it and pulled it off the hinges. And so we jumped up, we were afraid, so we jumped up and we went inside.
During Ike, I called my neighbor that lives behind me because he had said he wasn't going anywhere. So I said, well, Lionel, look out your back door, man. Tell me what's going on. He said, man, it's water everywhere. The hood of your truck is underwater. I said, what? So I knew it was bad.
I didn't notice the house shaking until the second half of the storm, which was really bad. That's when the door flew open. I had to, with all my might, I had to push it closed, grab the slack, and put it like right up underneath the door. I stood like this for like 15, 20 minutes, scared.
Hurricane Ike flooded 75% of Galveston Island. My house sits 3 feet up off of the ground. I got probably a foot, almost a foot of water inside my house. At the north side of Broadway, most of the houses got 6, 7, 8 feet of water. The south side of Broadway, some of them got 3 feet, some of them got 2 feet.
That was a devastating time for me because when I came back and found out that my house had burned down to the ground, all the toys that I had, the blanket that my great-grandmother made me, the pictures of my grandparents, the pictures of my ancestors, they were all burned up in the fire. Everything that I had, it was gone. It was gone.
So we made it to Ball High School. We get a block to the school, and I can see in the distance thousands of people. Kids crying, people without shoes, people in night clothes, people was distraught.
And I was in this line like everybody else to get water and ice. And the lady in front of me, she turned around and she said, Leon, I never thought I'd be in a line like this. And she just broke down and started crying, laid her head on my shoulders, and I knew her wealth. And I knew my wealth, and they weren't compatible at all. But here we are, we're in the same spot. And that was one of the things I really, it stuck in my mind because her wealth didn't do anything for her. Being a millionaire didn't help her. She was right there in line with people who lived in Palm Terrace and Cedar Terrace, which was public housing units with the maids and the butlers and the cafeteria workers. She's in the same line with them, and asking for the same thing they're asking for, a hand up.
A lot of people left, and a lot of people don't want to come back. A lot of people left, and they can't come back. Population-wise, after Ike, it dropped down to like 41,000 or something like that. It really opened my eyes because it wasn't the wind that destroyed the island. It was the water that destroyed the island. And the water, for some reason, the water was that was the highest water we've ever had here. So I was thinking to myself then, that's a part of climate change,
There is nothing we can do about what's happening with water. The more the Arctic melts, the more water we're going to have to fight off.
Okay, before the storm, my view of climate change, I didn't really have a big view about it. I've heard about it. You would hear about it on the news and stuff, and I go, oh well, that's not gonna be in my time. I'll be dead and gone by the time stuff start to act up. Now, after Ike had passed, my thoughts of climate change, I'm more thoughtful of it now. I pay more attention to it now.
When you start thinking about sea levels, I think of it this way. Like I said, in 1967, you probably had 2.5, maybe 2 blocks of sand before you would get to the Gulf of Mexico. Now, I would say a half a block out and you're in the water. So subsidence has eaten up Galveston Island in that almost 60 years that I've been gone.
Report says America's coastlines will rise on average 10 to 12 inches over the next 30 years. That is according to 7 federal agencies, including NOAA, which calls that rate of rise alarming, because it previously took 100 years for sea levels to rise that much. The Gulf and the East Coast are expected to be most impacted. Galveston, for example, could expect a sea level rise of roughly 25 inches by 2060.
Environmental scientists believe rising carbon dioxide emissions contribute to global warming.
We have a lot to do with the reason the climate is changing. It's not happening by itself. There are things that we're doing to the planet to cause the climate to change,
When I was younger, I didn't really pay attention to climate change, but after the hurricane, I was kind of like, this could happen at any moment. We need to take care of this world, because clearly, with the crazy thing that's been happening recently, all these hurricanes, earthquakes, everything, we need to take better care of our earth,
Honestly, I believe people are talking more about it than doing things about it. Climate change is going to have to take everybody to fix it.
The warnings that are being given will at some point hit on ears that understand, who are in a powerful enough position to do something about it. We're still waiting on the federal government.
I'm speechless. I really can't explain it. The whole world is basically on an island on its own.
It's inevitable. 100 years from now, Galveston Island may not be here. I hope I don't live long enough to see it go away.
My dream for the future of our world and its people is for people to realize that there is one race, the human race. In order to achieve that goal, there must be a focus on cultural awareness. This awareness must be framed at the community level, transported nationally, and encompassed globally. The community is the foundation to the bridge of universal harmony. This is my dream to come true. Thank you.
There's this saying, there's no place like home. There's no place like home.